Hey everybody, listen, I was noticing I was getting water in the trunk. It's an older car, it's about 16 years old, and all of a sudden the trunk starts leaking. And the odd thing was, the water was leaking from the edge of the trunk lid. Right here was wet. This is where the water was coming from inside, and I couldn't figure out how it was getting down because I was finding water on the edge here running down in, and I would have like a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of water down in the spare tire well. Really drove me crazy. What I wound up doing is getting the garden hose out. Well, first I wiped everything down and dried it, got the garden hose out and sprayed. I couldn't find the leak. And then I noticed that right here, since this is the only place that's wet, how could the water be getting inside the trunk lid? Well, the answer is right here. This edge here was leaking. So when the water would run down the trunk lid, it would go in here, wet the inside of this, and drip down into the trunk. Very hard to find. I wound up having to spray that with the garden hose a couple times to make the water come out. It's still drying in here. But what I had to do is I had to get a brush, I had to scrub that groove clean, and then I had to get a paper towel and a screwdriver and get in and get all the dirt out of the crack, okay? And then the last thing I did is I went and got some 100% silicone seal, okay? And it was a cold day, so I had to use a hair dryer to warm up the trunk lid. And what I did is I put a real tiny little bead of silicone seal all the way across. Now, it rained again last night. Trunk's perfectly dry. You have to look for how the water's getting in there. It was very hard to find. So I hope that's helpful. Check out that, use a hose and the right kind of sealant, you'll solve the problem. Thanks for watching Mike's Garage. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.